Are you a big fan of fantasy role-playing, but kind of fed up with Dungeons and Dragons? You're not alone. Free League launched the new version of Drakar och Demoner, also known as Dragonbane, a while ago, and it's taken the world by storm. A lot of people love it. One of the most exciting settings came out, I don't know, about a year or so ago, and that was Windheim. And the first part, Traces of Darkness, was very successful on Kickstarter. That was launched by Nordic Skalds and kind of penned and envisioned by the incredible storyteller Andreas Lundström, who you may also know from Sweden Rolls. We've never, ever played Dragonbane on the channel, even though we've spoken about it loads. So I'm really excited. Andreas is going to run us through a scenario, and we're also going to talk about part 2 of Windheim on this channel. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back with that. But for now, let's do some actual play. Let's play Dragonbane. So with Devious Dungeons, Foreboding Forests, and the Coolest Cats, my name's Phil, and welcome back to The Dark Orb. Hey, welcome back, friends. How are we?
Fantastic.
Good, thank you.
Very excited. I'm always excited when we do recordings, but I'm very excited to be here with some of my favorite people in the world and myself. And we're going to be, well, let's talk about Dragonbane.
Listen, Phil, you have to be one of your own favorite persons in the world. You didn't need to learn to love yourself, man.
Subcontract that to others. I mean, the pay is terrible, so I don't really have many employees in that department. But yeah, welcome.
We love you, Phil.
Love you too. Welcome back to the Dark Orb. Welcome back to Jason and Stuart. You may have seen them on our amazing Cypher System actual play not so long ago. If you're watching this in chronological order, otherwise they're two random people that you probably haven't met before.
Never seen this bastard before in my life.
And of course, welcome back to the beautiful Andreas Lundström of Nordic Skalds and Sweden Rolls.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate it.
We talked about Windheim, it must have been, a year or so ago, maybe more now. 2 years, 4 years?
I don't know, was it for the original Kickstarter or was it for when the game released in stores? I don't remember.
The Kickstarter, I think. Yeah, we were
drumming 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago.
Goodness me. A lot has happened in 2 years. The books are incredible. I was unprepared for the production quality. Mine's got a ding in it now because it fell off my shelf, and I'm very upset about that. And this will probably fall down at some point as well. But in terms of the way it looks, I've said this before, this is like the most stunning supplement I think I've ever seen certainly for a Free League game, but just full stop. It reminds me of the production values you get from books like this, and the printing is stunning. The layout is gorgeous. I knew it was going to be good, but I wasn't prepared for the level of quality. That said, I don't know very much about Dragonbane still. I've intentionally not started reading this because I know I haven't had time to run it. And we've spoken a little bit about Dragonbane. We've spoken to Thomas from Free League about Dragonbane and Drakar och Demoner. But what is Windheim? For anyone who doesn't know.
So Windheim is a setting that I started working on for one of the previous iterations of Drakar och Demoner. It's over 20 years now, actually, since I started working on the setting for my home group. And I just kept on working on it, even though I had a long hiatus, like many people had, from around 20 years ago to about 8 years ago, something like that. And I used it there were 4 lovely ladies in their late 20s who were like, we want a game master. We want someone who is inspired by Matthew Mercer. And I was like, well, I kind of am the GM for the Swedish version of Critical Role, so I can give it a shot. And so I wrote this campaign called Horn of the Dawn, which Traces of Darkness is not part 1 of. But they were playing Dungeons and Dragons. So I had to rethink the setting a bit for that. And then I got paid by a group of people who advertised on Facebook that they wanted a GM. And I was like, damn, this Horn of the Dawn campaign, it was pretty darn good. Maybe I should do that. That's like my finest work. So if people are going to pay me to do it, I should really do like some of my finest work. So, and they wanted to play Drakar Demoner again. So then I had to reconvert it back to Drakar Demoner. And then when Free League said that they were going to do a third-party license for Dragonbane, for Drakar Demoner, the new version, I was like, well, then I should just do it. Because by then I'd run Sweden Rolls for about 5 years. Or so, and I felt I was ready. I'd done some translation work. I'd done some small work as a writer for Swedish games, and I really felt that it was time to like really try my wings in writing a big story, like writing a major setting book and a big campaign. So I got an illustrator. I got one of the guys from the group who paid me to be the game master. He's an architect by trade, Christian Lindqvist, and he was doing like sketches and drawings of every single location we went to. So I was like, I mean, these are just his doodles while we're playing, and I would put them in any RPG book at any time, like without blinking. They're so beautiful. So I originally asked him to come along as a complimentary artist, like kind of like you have these great pieces of art by Martin Grip in The One Ring, and then you have these black and white or sepia sketches by Alvaro Tapia, like kind of that kind of balance, that kind of different art styles. But then it turned out that he really wanted to learn graphic design and layout. So yeah, we basically all learned on the job. And we were heavily inspired by Väsen, as you mentioned. We picked the same kind of paper as Väsen, the same kind of cover material as well. So yeah, we just worked our asses off. And our first Kickstarter, it actually set a new Swedish record for new RPG creators on Kickstarter. And so now we are doing a Kickstarter for part 2 of Horn of the Dawn. Windheim Falling is live on Kickstarter as we record. It's been live for a little over a week, and we're actually surpassing the first Kickstarter.
Which is
great.
At this,
give me 10 seconds, guys. I'm just going to go and just open up Kickstarter very quickly. Just talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, so this setting is basically a rather classical fantasy, but for me it's important that you have all the parts in it which you want to be able to play.
Yeah,
you should be able to do dungeons, but for me, the fun part about role-playing games is to do an epic story, to do a hero's journey, and so you need the epic scope. And even though I love the Dragonbane starter set, and I love the adventures that are in the starter set for Dragonbane, they are all more or less different kind of versions of dungeons, and it's very much go to this place, fetch this, and also the setting, the Misty Vale, is very small. Like you walk across it in 2 or 3 days. Mm-hmm. Windheim is basically the size of Great Britain, basically, more or less.
Yeah, size-wise. Walk across it in 3 or 4 days. No, that's amazing. And for anyone who doesn't know, Drakar Octomona, the original Drakar Octomona, was the Sweden equivalent in terms of impact and time of release, pretty much. It was early 80s, I guess, for Dungeons and Dragons. So Dungeons and Dragons didn't really pick up in Sweden.
No, it came to Sweden by like a private person just brought a copy here and played it at the very first GothCon, the biggest convention. It's like our Gen Con. And he brought a copy of it here in 1976 or 77, 78, one of those 3 years. And many of the people who became really important for the Drakar Demoner history were actually at that table. So they learned about Dungeons and Dragons, and they learned about Traveller and about the Chaosium games. So when they wanted to make Fredrik Malmberg was the big protagonist here.
Yeah.
He got a license to do a translation of Magic World, which is a fantasy version of the BRP system basically. And so they translated that. The very first edition was basically just a translation of Magic World, and then for the second edition they did more their own version, and then they abandoned the percentile die roll for the D20 roll because they wanted the D20 from the Dungeons and Dragons, but they still kept the BRP base, so it's still a roll under system.
Yes, yeah, it was a bit like Symbaroum in that regard.
Symbaroum is very heavily inspired by Dragonbane when it comes to the rules, like the basic rules. Yeah,
and even then the names of some of the places. But yeah, Dungeons and Dragons didn't really take off in the same way that
because Dragonbane, it came a translation for Dungeons and Dragons when Dragonbane's second edition had been around for like 2 years or something like that, and people just didn't pick it up because they liked Dragonbane so much. And it's I think Sweden since then and still is the biggest RPG country per capita. There's not many of us, but there's a higher percentage of role players. We have more publishers per capita, more game stores. Like we have, like if you count per capita, it's the biggest nation in the world for role playing games.
So, sorry to interrupt. Do you think that is because you had like a homegrown Swedish role playing game first, as your first big one, and that kind of spilled out rather than to most of us? My first was D&D.
Yeah,
so for a lot of people it is. So do you think that's that Dragonbane is what really drove that forward?
Yeah, I really think so. And also it was targeted towards kids, like younger kids. So the target group was basically, I think, like 8 to 13-year-olds or something like that. And in that time, I'm like 3-4 years too young for this big hype. So, but people who are like 5, 6, 7 years my senior, all of them say that every single class in every single school in Sweden had a Dragonbane group.
And it was sold in like toy stores as well as
they were very lucky with distribution. So they got it out into toy stores, and the parents really didn't know what they were buying for their kids. They were like, "Oh, a box, it looks cool," and their kids really wanted it, so they bought it. And then they went down to the basement and played the game. I slay the dragon. Oh, I'm going to kill you. And the parents were like, "What is this game?" But it was too late by then.
So yes, speaking of the Kickstarter, let's dive in and have a little look. So let me see if I can just bring that up now. And it's doing really well. I mean, check this out. So 360,000 crowns, 470 backers. And I mean, we'll just dive in kind of very lightly. But for £70, 840 crowns, you get all the new stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the tier for people who have all the old stuff and just want the 2 new books and the new dice and the new maps and stuff like that.
So this is the one that I need.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Then we have the Late to the Party, which is some of the items that you get.
Yeah, the Late to the Party, but Hungry is all 4 books. The Windheim Companion, which is a setting book, Traces of Darkness, which is part 1, Windheim Falling, which is part 2, and then Windheim Adventures is a collection of 6 adventures, 4 of which we've published previously, but only as PDFs. So this is the first time you'll be able to get them as books. And yeah, like these books are, we got a grand slam at the Phoenix Awards. We won 10 awards, 8 of which were gold and 2 silvers. We surpassed even, Path of Glory and the Bestiary for Dragonbane, like the 2 official books. We even, surpassed them. So it's, So the dice won an award, the maps won an award, the Trace of Darkness won an award for best campaign, and Windheim Companion won the most prestigious one, which is best role-playing game product.
Yeah.
And one of the one-shots won an award for best Phoenix article. Phoenix is the basically only, but also major, of course, then magazine, role-playing magazine in Sweden.
That's amazing. So I've just seen also, I somehow went straight past it. There's also the all-in Windheim Veteran, which is actually the one I would need, which comes with the adventure book and the new dice, I presume.
Yeah, exactly. We unlocked a new dice set, which we'll try to do some Dwarven Rune dice set. There's a mock-up image further down. It's not really exactly where we want to be with it. We want it to be slightly, translucent, just as the blue ones.
Yeah.
But we want some kind of, Dwarven forge fire, yellow, orange color. And then we want some black smoke running through the dice.
Oh, that'll be incredible.
Inside it.
I'm very excited for that.
That sounds great.
It does, doesn't it? Right. So
you have to scroll down and show that mallard picture, that pirate mallard. Up.
That is incredible.
Yeah, because we talked about the ducks, about the mallards, which are, of course, borrowed from RuneQuest, but got their own entirely different saga in Swedish role-playing history. And we really wanted mallard to be a part of this. And for me, pirate mallards are, the thing. They're so cool. So in Windheim, the pirate mallards all have these red mohawks. That's how they distinguish them from, mallards from the mainland who are, could be docile or could be angry, but, still they aren't pirates. Yeah, a bunch of one-shots have been recorded by Sweden Rolls or even played live during the medieval week in Sweden. It's a big medieval festival on Gotland in Visby. And we played in a cathedral from the year 1225.
Wow.
We did 2 live shows in cooperation with Free League. We did one just as they launched the Kickstarter for the game, and then 1 year later we did one just as we launched our Kickstarter for the Windheim stuff.
Amazing. Having a quick look through the pledges. Right, so what we would call traditionally the fill level is going to be, presumably you've never played before, you don't have any of the books, is all in late to the party. You get the book, Windheim Falling, you get Trace of Darkness, so that's your 2 parts of the campaign so far. You get Windheim Companion, the adventures, you get a bunch of PDFs, you get the dice, get the maps, and you also get a copy of My Father's Sword, which is a brilliant rules light kind of game system, and there's a bit of a setting in there as well. We talked about that previously, so go and find our video on My Father's Sword. Because,
yes, please do.
Yes, no giggling. But what I would be going for, obviously, is the all-in Windheim Veteran, as I already have the books. And for 70 quid, you get the new Windheim Falling book, you get the Adventures book, you get all the stretch goals, physical and digital. And we should also say that all of the previous things, or many of them at least, are also available as add-ons. So if you are a fan of gorgeous blue dice, they are an option. I have some right here, the original Windheim dice. I've stupidly put them back in the bag.
Award-winning.
Then they don't look very good in the bag, but they look amazing outside of the bag, and other things. So check that out. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. We'll come back and talk about this in more detail. But for now, let's play some Dragonbane. So I'm going to grab the show from all corners, and I'm going to screw it up into a ball. I'm going to throw it over to Andreas. Are you ready to catch it, Andreas? I'm going to throw it over to you. It's coming to your right. 3, 2, 1. Hey!
There we go.
And with that, the show is yours. Thank you
so much. Thank you. So, Dragonbane. It's a rather rules-light fantasy game. The undertitle is Mirth and Mayhem. So, here is really a game where rule of cool rules. And, if in doubt, just think, is this Mirth and Mayhem? If yes, go ahead. And we mentioned it is a D20 roll below system. So you will have your skills in the middle of your character sheet, and you will have your skill level or your skill number there. So you're supposed to roll equal or below. So if you meet it, you beat it. If you roll a 20, that's a demon roll. That's a crit fail. If you roll a 1, it's a dragon roll. That's a critical success, whatever that means. For most skills, we just roll with it and find out. In combat, you get some choices. And if you get a crit fail in combat, there are tables to roll for what happens, basically. If it's a combat, you have your armor and weapons down on the left. You have an armor rating, which basically subtracts from the damage you take. So if you take 6 points of damage, you have 3 in armor, you only take 3 points of damage. That's very easy. It goes very fast. Yeah. You also have a damage bonus if your attack hits, because you see down in the bottom, you see how much, what kind of damage dice you have for your weapons. And between the skills and abilities, you have your damage bonus, one for strength and one for agility. Krisanna the Bold, for instance, I think you have a D6 for agility, but none for strength. And Makander, I think you have a D4 for strength. And you were going to do Baston, right, Phil? So you get a D6 for strength. And I think you might have a D4 for agility as well. I use these pre-generated characters a lot when I GM for kids and youths in libraries all over the bigger Stockholm area.
Nice.
What else? You have your hit points and your willpower points down to your right. Your hit points is your hit points. Very easy. And your willpower points, you don't have Archmaester Owen with you. So you don't have any magic practitioners. So you only use your willpower points to fuel your heroic abilities. You have them on your left, to the left of your skills, but you also have them, yes, on the first page, where you have what they do and how many points it costs to use them. If you fail a roll and you really want to succeed with it, it's a really important roll, you can actually push the roll. Then you get a second chance. You cannot push a demon roll, though. So if you rolled a 20 on your first roll, you're fucked. Anyway, you can't do anything about it. But if you want to push the roll, what happens then is you see your attributes there, strength, constitution, agility, etc. Almost at the top. Below them, you have conditions. You have disheartened, sickly, scared, all of those things. And so if you push a roll, you have to choose one of the conditions. You check the box. And you see that all the skills, they have attributes connected to them. So you have swords, they are based on strength. You have bluffing, that's based on charisma. So let's say that Krisanna wants to push a roll. You will probably take the condition for strength, which is exhausted, or maybe charisma, because you don't use those much. You don't really have someone who uses intelligence a lot either, so you can probably check angry for intelligence as well, because what happens then is if you roll for a skill based on an attribute where you have a condition, then you roll with a bane to the roll. That is the disadvantage from D&D. You can get a boon to the roll with advantage. That can come from help from a friend. It can come from something being very easy, or, could come from a number of things, basically. So we're going to showcase 2 things today. We're going to showcase, 1, how easy it is to learn Dragonbane, and how fun it is. Okay, 3 things. Probably 4 or 5 before I end this list, but okay.
4 things.
4 things, 5 things, 5 things. We're gonna do 3 things. We're gonna showcase how easy it is to learn Dragonbane. We're gonna showcase how fun it is to play Dragonbane, and we're gonna showcase how easy it is to turn one of the Windheim adventure seeds into an adventure. Because in the Windheim books, we had 25 very prestigious guest writers writing like a 200-word adventure seed each. So we had Swedish RPG royalty like Erik Granström and Anders Blixt, Gunilla Jonsson and Mikael Petersen and Pelle Nils. There are too many to mention. People will be angry. Why wasn't I on the list? As well as international ones, we had Rob J. Schwalb, who was one of the main writers for D&D 5th edition. We had Heidi Gygax Garland with her husband Eric Garland, who, of course, we all recognize the name Gygax, right? So they wrote an adventure seed as well. So we're going to showcase how easy it is to turn one of these into an adventure, because we're going to do one that I have never played before, that I have not GM'd before. And I don't even know which one it is, because you guys are going to pick that.
Nice.
So we're going to do an adventure seed that I, of course, have read them, because I helped the guest writers incorporate them into the setting. But we're going to pick one that I have not GM'd before, just to showcase how easy it is to just turn an adventure seed into a short little one-shot adventure. Do you have... I've been going on like a fucking steam engine. Do you have any questions on the rules?
Just one. Well, I say just one, actually two.
One for now.
5! Yeah. So you said that you can like assist other people to give them a boon.
Yes, indeed.
Is that like a mechanical? Does that like take up? Because like in D&D you have a bonus action move and a standard action. Is it a similar thing in Dragonbane? Do you?
I would say helping in combat, yeah, that would take up an action. Sure. I would say that, yeah. And it's often more advantageous to do something on your own instead. Okay. So you'd probably mostly use the help action in out-of-combat situations.
Sure.
And then for me, there's no, like it is in Coriolis, where you can only help out with the basic skills, not the advanced ones. You don't need to have a skill level of 8 or higher to help out. You can help out. And for me, it's more important that you tell me narratively, what do you do to help? And this is for you who just started listening to Sweden Rolls. This will be a long discussion between me and primarily Anneli, who will try and give aid to a friend by saying, I help him out. Oh, how do you help him out? I just agree with him. Okay, but what do you say? I say what he said. Okay, well, you don't. Okay, no, you don't get any help die from that. So for me, it's more important that you tell me narratively what you do to help the other character.
Yeah. And the second question was, if you tick one of the descriptors beneath the stats, so I tick disheartened or I tick exhausted, is there a way to to scrub that out and regain that?
Yes, healing is you could take a short rest or a long rest. Okay. If we use D&D language, short rest in Dragonbane is called a stretch rest. A long rest is called a shift rest. For a short rest, you heal one condition, you heal 1 d6, you get 1 d6 willpower points back and 1 d6 hit points. You can boost these a bit. If you use your memento, you get 2 d6 willpower point back. If someone succeeds with a healing roll, I think it's called healing in English, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, so healing is basically first aid, more or less. Okay. So it can be used in two ways, either to help someone who has gone down to 0 hit points and started making death rolls, similar to D&D there as well. But you can also use it to treat someone who is wounded, and then if you succeed with a healing roll, that person gets 2 d6 back. But then you don't get any benefits from the rest.
Sure. Okay.
And if you take a long rest, everyone is just up to full again.
Yep. Fabulous. Because I recognize because Dungeon World, Powered by the Apocalypse, has a similar conditioned thing, and to remove those in Dungeon World is actually quite a hard thing to do. So if you tick off a condition, you're like, oh man, that's a difficult thing to remove. So I wonder if it was something similar, but if it's like fine, that answers my question.
Yeah, it's a short rest thing. You take away one condition. And I would also say that all of you can basically safely, most often, this could bite someone in the ass, but that could be fun as well. But most often, all characters have at least 2 conditions that they can pretty safely take, because you're not the talker of the group, so you can check out charisma. It doesn't matter, because you're not the one rolling for that. Or you can, if you're the big bulky fighter, like ticking off for agility, doesn't do a big difference for you either.
So you're not taking a condition that's directly related to the action that you're wanting to...
Exactly. I thought it was from at the start when I started playing it. Actually, it was someone who told me, who corrected me actually, that no, you actually you can pick whichever condition you want.
Nice. That makes things a lot easier.
It does, and it makes it
kind of...
easier to push at least a roll or two.
And I suppose narratively, if you're not strong, you are more likely to be exhausted as a result of applying effort. Whereas if you are quite strong, you may be more likely to be resilient in that regard. If you've got a poor constitution, you're more likely to become sickly when you're under some sort of stress. So it kind of narratively makes sense that you would pick a stat that you have a low number of points in for the condition that you're going to get, because you'll be more likely to take that condition.
Now, the attentive reader will see that there are no skills connected to willpower and constitution. So does that mean that you can just take those conditions and feel safe and sound? Well, no, because constitution is what you roll against when you roll your death rolls. So if it's sickly on constitution, I think, then you will roll your death rolls with disadvantage, which is not optimal. Yeah. Still, if you have a high constitution, you will probably succeed with most of your death rolls. It's quite easy to go down to 0 hit points in this game. It's quite hard to actually die. That's a distinction that many people online often make.
The system is very reminiscent of Simbrum. I'm sure you'd agree, Stu, when you're kind of looking at the character sheet. But with a little more of that kind of the skill tree is obviously straight out of more traditional role-playing. I'm excited.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Totally.
Okay, so tell me, what kind of vibe are we going for here? What are we looking for? What type of adventure would you like to do? You've picked quite combat-focused characters.
Are we trying to settle a union dispute somewhere? Except harkening back to a completely different game.
There is actually one of those. There is actually Adventure C that is basically more or less that, but I did play that in an actual play just the other week.
Yeah, you know that one. You can't have that one.
I mean, I picked purely on the basis it was a mallard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should we do a mallard-focused one then?
Duck off.
I mean,
that would be ducking brilliant.
Yeah, I'm not going to make a duck pun because I can't think of one.
What the ducks do?
Oh, damn it! No, I'm up for a mallard themed adventure.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's do A Rainy Night in Foamsvale by Anna Gable. Friend of mine from the Swedish Tolkien Society, Frodrim. Okay, that means I have to pull that one up and just read it very, very swiftly. It's just 200 words, so it takes no time. I just gotta get it up here.
Come on. Yeah.
5.
Okay. Fun. This is a fun one. This is great. I get to play. I mean, it takes time to play through 25-ish of these, especially when you have a few favorites that you reuse quite a lot. So it takes time to play through all these. But now I feel like I owe it to the writers whose seeds have not been played yet. The setting is really rich. I feel it is the richest. I dare say that it's the richest setting for this iteration of Dragonbane. It's one coming out now called Erebaltor, which was the old official world for the game between the year 85, 86 maybe until mid-90s, and it's the one that everyone's still talking about. But it's only in Swedish as for now. But I would say that Windheim is more or less as rich as that one is, because we have packed the companion with so much stuff.
That's great.
Okay. So we will play this game called A Rainy Night in Foamsvale. Foamsvale is the closest thing to a capital that Windheim has. Because Windheim is a far-off colony of the Bastionian Empire. The Bastionian Empire who rule over most of the known world, and their prime deity, Thrakon, is the ruler of the Pantheon. And so if you would compare the mainland to Europe, then Windheim is like Australia. It's very, very far away. So far away that it's only possible to go there by boat twice a year due to the heavy storms and things like that. But a few hundred years ago, the Bastionites, they started colonizing the island and found that there was a huge conflict here, a huge conflict between two dwarven nations who have a mountain range each, and they waged war upon each other, and they both had a human culture as an ally. But the northern dwarves, the Thimzur dwarves and the Myl, they were being beaten as the Bastionites came. But the Bastionites came just by the foot of the Thimzur mountains. So those were the dwarves they met first. So they allied with them. And with their superior military power, managed to push away the other two cultures. So now they rule over most of Windheim. The two big mountain ranges are still ruled by a dwarven nation each. And there's some conflict with the Myl because the Bastionites started taxing them for having helped them win the war 200-300 years ago. And they have started like overtaxing them. So they have to pay enormous amounts of tax, and they're starving, and so they start to rebel. So there's some tension there. But we will be playing in Foamsvale, which is the Bastionite capital. And here you don't nowadays you don't come in contact with the Myl much. You don't come in contact with the southern dwarves, the enemy dwarves. This is the governor's seat. The governor has a palace in the inner city, where there's also a dwarven embassy, a massive inn, a huge temple to Thrakon, and very recently they finished a Thrakon well, because Thrakon is worshipped by sacrificing a tithe, a tenth of everything you own or everything you make. I mean, a tenth of everything you make gets sacrificed, and you throw it into the Thrakon well. And but that's Krisanna. Since you're a halfling, you are a Bastionite from the mainland, I think. And Baston Bloodjaw, since you are a Wolfkin, the Wolfkin have retained some kind of autonomy, some kind of semi-independence, but as recompense for that, every single Wolfkin does a military service. 2 years, I think, of military service for the Bastionite army. And after those 2 years are up, many of the adventurous ones just stay where they were stationed. So I'm going to say you were stationed in Windheim for your military service. You just finished that, and now you want to see the city, you want to see the island, as a civilian and adventurer. And Makander of Halfbay, you're a Mallard, so you're also from the mainland. You do not have this red mohawk. There are no native Mallards to Windheim except the pirate Mallards. So when there are Mallards here in Windheim, people are often a bit like they keep their distance, but then they realized, you don't have a red mohawk that you've just cut off. You are not a pirate. You're from the mainland. You're cool. There we go. So you, exactly. You, Baston, you worship Serai, the huntress, the mistress of the hunt. Sorry, and you sacrifice to her. You pray to her by eating the heart of prey that you kill.
Nom, 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 nom.
And the mallards from the mainland, actually, they don't have a favorite deity. So I would say probably that are like for the mallards. So I would say that you would probably worship. Let me scroll down to the deities. You would probably, there is a god of war, Guthwa, the warrior god, the protector of Eshfera, is represented by a crossed axe and sword, worshipped by fighters all over Eshfera. Eshfera is the world. So yes, exactly. He does not have a specific kin or culture worshipping him, and he does not have any seasonal festivals in his honor, nor is he worshipped on a daily basis, but is rather a deity that one calls upon before a fight. Before combat, fighters who cut themselves and offer their blood to him, reaching for the sky, feel his power flow to their arms. And this is done narratively in Windheim. I told you about pushing roles and conditions. So in Windheim, since Windheim is a very much a religious setting, the gods are real, they have real power, and this is shown in different ways. One of them is that if you perform your religious duties, you get a free pushed roll a day. So for you, Makander, if you cut yourself, basically sacrificing 1 hit point, and hold your fist up to the sky, you will get a free pushed roll for the day.
Okay.
And same with Krisanna, if you sacrifice 1/10 of what you earn, then you get a free pushed roll of a day. And Baston, same with you.
Oh man, but I like stuff. I like stuff. If I'm going to give it up,
Well,
I mean that's a tough call for Krisanna there. She's very much oh man, worship the god, but that stuff's mine, and that other person's stuff is mine, and
will the gods notice if you take it back afterwards?
the wells are actually bottomless. Nothing. There's not a sound, and this is a huge mystery all over the world. That what happens to the stuff that is sacrificed into the well. And yeah, as I said, Foamsvale just they're very proud because they've just built the biggest Thrakon well in the world. It has a diameter of, I think, 80 meters or something like that. It's huge. Takes up a huge portion of the main plaza.
Jeez. I can see Krisanna doing the practice, like, I'll just wrap it in a piece of string and just toss it in and then wait for a little bit and then pull it back out again and just see if that worked.
Okay, so let's jump into the adventure, shall we?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Sheltering from the rain, you are eating dinner at the Sitting Duck Tavern. You're eating a stew, perhaps, and some ale for drinks. And all of a sudden, a man comes sitting down near to you. He's twisting an old map on the table. He's like pulling it up and he's looking over his shoulder. Then he's, folding it up again. And then he looks about him and he pulls it up again. And he does this a few times. And he looks at you and I think he looks at Makander's armor. And at Baston's great spear. And he moves closer to you. And he whispers under his breath, I'm sorry, are you adventurous? Do you take jobs? Do you do quests?
We have been known to do this. Why?
Well, you see, I'm in a pickle, I think. It's very weird. And he looks at you, Makander, especially. He is eyeing you very suspiciously, but but still he's very impressed with your armor. And he says, well, if I need help, I need to be shipped over to Bay Island. So Foamsvale is situated in a bay, and in the bay there's an island, and there's said to be there is a small harbor on Bay Island, but it's also said to be a place where there are a lot of like hidden coves and places where smugglers keep some of their goods. And some of the ships, they set out from Windheim in the wrong hour of the day. And then, like, why are you setting out when it's evening? Well, and everybody realized, okay, so they're going to go to Bay Island. They're going to pick up some smuggled goods. I have to get across the bay, but it's very secret, It's very secret.
And I think Makanda's going to lean over and be like, if you are saying that to me because you think I used to have a mullet, you have got the wrong mallard, mate. You have got the wrong mallard. I ain't no pirate.
Look, do you have a saber? Do you have a sword?
No. How dare you? This is a short sword, mate. This is a short sword. Very different from a saber. I ain't no pirate.
Because I was down by the docks, and I was searching for a boat, and I heard some sabers rattling, and I hid very fast. And when I got out of my hiding place, I saw this, and he pulls up a green mallard feather, and you see he's really trying to stop himself from like trying to fit it somewhere into your your body, like. He's not doing it, but you see that it's really concentrating not to do it. It's very obvious.
Just watch his hand, just like humans.
Well, before this turns into some kind of, no, that's not the voice I want to use. Now, before this turns into some kind of potentially awkward situation where Makanda says he's not a pirate, you, my elderly friend, say that he might be a pirate.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. And he looks at your like heavy axe and is like, I definitely did not call you a pirate. I never said those words.
Well, I think that we as a trio, we can certainly help you.
Oh, can you?
But, and this is quite a big but, there will need to be some kind of fee involved in this.
Yes. You will get, and he starts making calculations in his head. You will get 25 gold pieces.
That should cover the cost of shipping. Do we have space in that crate, Krisanna?
Crate?
I don't know.
You said you wanted to be shipped.
Yes, preferably not in a crate, but secretly. Yes, secretly.
So
we all need to be secret. It's not just me. We all
avoiding notice. I think Baston, you're maybe being a little bit too literal there, my large friend. I think we need to maybe think about acquiring a boat. I didn't catch your name.
Just acquire a boat.
Didn't catch your name, my elderly friend.
My name is Baron.
Baron. Well,
yes.
Well, Baron. Just aware that obviously secrecy is important. Is that because there might be some people looking for you?
That's what I'm beginning to suspect. That's exactly what I'm beginning to suspect,
Oh, right. I see. So but you're not sure.
I'm not sure. No.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
okay.
Do you think they could be wicked people?
Yes. And he looks down at his feather again. And when you say the word people, he's like, well, it's
wicked individuals.
Sabers and this. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it was yours.
But you think they were wicked individuals. And would you describe yourself as a weak man?
Weak. What do you mean, weak in mind or weak in body?
Yes, you look weak in both, if I'm honest. And Makanda is all about helping the weak against the wicked. So Makanda will help
weak.
you.
I'm very weak, and they are very weak.
Makanda will help you, especially for 25 gold pieces. Makanda will 100% help
look at these arms, and he holds up his scrawny arms.
God.
I'm so weak and
very weak, very weak. And don't worry.
With
Makanda
age has come a bit of feeble-mindedness as well. I have to admit.
Excellent.
Well, so is there a particular part of Bay Island you want to get to, Baron?
He pulls up his parchment again, and he's like looking at it very like, you're over there, and he's like, the western shore, about halfway up past the island, I'd say.
Can I, because I'm quite keen on maps and such potential things as treasure, maybe hidden smugglers, caches of stuff. Can I see if I can try and see if I can get a glimpse at this map? Not to necessarily to be too obvious just to take it out of his hand, but can I maybe try and catch a glimpse in the reflection of a window, or try and, I don't know, angle it so I can see some of what's on this parchment that he has?
Interesting. Let's have a first roll of the evening. Let's do a spot hidden roll.
Okay. Right, spot hidden. That's a 12. I'm trying to roll below 12.
Yes, or equal to.
Ooh, I got a 10.
Yeah, this seems to be a map of the bay. You see that from like as you said, you position yourself so you can catch the reflection from a window. It's very bright in here, so the reflection is quite bright in the window as well. And since you're not peeking behind him, he doesn't become suspicious. And you see that, yeah, it's a map of the bay with Foamsvale marked, and it's a crudely drawn map. This is not made by a cartographer by any means. But there is an X that marks the spot on Bay Island. It doesn't have a treasure chest next to it, but it does have a big fat red X marks the spot.
And we all know that an X on a map essentially is the same as saying treasure. We know this. This is common knowledge. So Prasanna is now quite, as there's a little gleam in her eye now. She's looked at that, and I'm kind of like looking over at the others and like wiggling my eyebrows and thumbs up that this could be quite lucrative.
Don't let Makanda see the map. He'll be even more sure that the only reason he's been picked is because he's obviously a pirate.
I think I'm just going to roll my eyes and say, well, I guess you're getting us into trouble again, Prasanna. But this is a tomorrow problem. Today we eat. And I just take another great big mouthful of the stew with the bread.
Tomorrow?
Oh, you want us to start soon? Now?
Well, I mean, isn't night the best time for sneaky business?
Yeah, I suppose.
You're not wrong, Baron. I think
I'm not an expert in these things, but you know, if you have an invisibility cloak or something like that, we could be useful. We could go in daytime.
Well, have you not considered that everyone expects us to do sneaky things at night? So doing sneaky things during the day is far less suspicious.
Now, far less suspicious, Baston, but at the same time, still quite visible. Still easy to see because of the sun.
No one suspects that you're doing something untoward, like sneaking someone somewhere they shouldn't be. Unless they look, of course.
What about if we just have a little bit more stew and drinks? We wait until the morning, and then we do it kind of first light, split the difference. It's not quite light, not quite dark.
Eat now, have a nap, and then go. Because, I'm sorry, but this is probably my 4th bowl, and I'm all for going, but I'm quite tired, and this beer is quite strong.
I mean, you are the experts.
I look at Baron for a minute and I go, if you'll just excuse me for one moment, good sir. I would like a quick word with my my companions.
Oh yes, you need a huddle. Yes, of course.
We do. Yeah,
yes. Of course. I will excuse myself briefly.
Oh, please.
And he goes away to a corner of the inn and he stands there holding his map in his hands and looking about himself very, very suspiciously and you know.
Yeah. So I look at the others and I kind of like reach up and grab. I can't obviously reach too ahead, but I like grab as high up their armor or tunic as I can, and I like pull them down. And it's like, lads, he's got a treasure map. Okay, time is of the essence. If we don't move now, we could lose everything. If we dawdle, he could get knifed by those, I don't know, pirate ducks, pirate mallards. Which you are not of, Makanda. I want to be very clear. I know you're not a pirate.
That's why he picked me, because he's seen a pirate map. And he's seen me.
Profiling.
It's those things, but I think we need to move. We need to move fast. Baston, you need to eat faster or ask for a doggy bag. We need to... No offence. No offence.
Isn't the problem. The problem is the beer. I'm happy to do this, but I need to sober up.
Yeah, but last time we did something while you were drunk, it was good. It did go well.
That is true. That is very true. It was very funny.
Yeah.
I've still got a bruise because it was only this morning. But yeah, all right. If they've got something so I can sober up, I'll just go to the bathroom. We'll probably be all right.
He'll be fine. All right, let's tell him.
Yep. So I beckon Baron back over and say, my friend, we are. My Baston here is just gonna nip to the bathroom for a moment, and then we'll be good to go. We will acquire a boat, and then we will be on our way as soon as we can and get you to exactly where you need to be.
Amazing. Great.
You see me kind of go over to the bar, talk to them. They put some sort of weird red liquid into a glass, a couple of chicken's eggs, and a couple of shots of vodka and some Worcestershire sauce. And I disappear out of the back room. And about 3 or 4 minutes later, I come back and everything looks pristine. I pull myself back up. Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Oh, do we sneak? Do we go through the alleyways?
Yeah, you have
like
to
shadows in the dark.
You do, and we'll follow you.
Okay. Yeah. Only question is how if this was pirate mallards, how did they get into town? They're not allowed here.
Oh. Or maybe they've got some kind of mallard on the inside. Maybe they've got a deal. Maybe they've got some kind of...
His eyes dart, like he can't help it. He just dart towards you. No. I didn't mean. No. Sorry, good sir.
I'll tell you how they sneaked in. I'll tell you. And he pulls a little chainmail hat / hood out, puts the chainmail hood over his head, and he goes, "No pirate."
Wow.
I know. I have had to live with this for my entire life.
Wow.
Okay,
let's go. So you're letting Baron lead the way?
Yeah, where are we going exactly?
I think we've got to acquire, steal a boat, to get out. So assuming we're heading for the docks, I think.
So I've got a map right here. I'll just bring that up.
I'm not bringing it up so that you tell me like from house to house where you go. I'm giving it so that you can get a general idea of, and also the viewers can get a general idea of what it looks like. So yeah, you're in the sitting duck. You see the golden temple there in the middle, and to the like up to the left from the golden temple is the sitting duck. The inn where you're sitting. So you have to pass out through the wall. You have to go. This is actually, so north is basically down to your right. South is up to your left. So it's going to be confusing if I go north and south. So I'm just going to say from the inn, from the main square there, where you can just about see the big Thrakon well, you have to go to your to the left, out through the gate, and then down to the harbor. And there's actually several harbors. The one where it says the harbor is the main one, and then there's a new harbor which is down to the left, and then to the right, past the arena, is a smaller pier for like local fishermen. So the old harbor and the new harbor are more for, you know, the big trade ships, and the sea elves dock there as well, and the small fisher boats are more to your right there past the arena.
Okay,
and the bay is just, you know,
it is.
Yeah, so it's and then it's maybe, you know, it's just a 15-20 minutes boat ride to Bay Island.
Okay. I think Krisanna, I'm not going to like let Beron lead. I think he's too nervous. He's going to get too distracted. He's a bit too jumpy. So I think we keep the our new client between us. I'll take the lead. And I look at Beron and I go, yeah, we need to sneak, move like this. And then I just like step into the shadows and just kind of flit from place to place. Made it a lot easier that I'm probably shorter than most of the people there. So I tend to forget that. I tend to forget, I think, that not everyone is as small as me. So I kind of just like drift, and it's maybe quite hard to keep sight of me, but then I kind of like pop up a little bit later on. I get like a few meters down and I give a little wave to show where I am, and then kind of like lead the way. And if we know the town, I think probably we would know to go for the smaller harbour rather than the bigger ones.
Yeah, I'd say you've been here for a while. You've been here for a month or two, and maybe you three, maybe you've even experienced some adventures together. So you are like an established group.
Yeah.
So I think
that means that since you're leading the way, we will start with you rolling for awareness and for sneaking.
Awareness and sneaking.
Yes.
Yeah, sneak. So okay, awareness 12 or lower again. That's a dragon roll. That's a 1 for awareness.
Ooh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And for sneaking, that's a 4.
Mm-hmm. So when it's opposed rolls, you know Joel, Phil, Joel Blom, he is a big advocate of it should be the one who gets the highest roll that still succeeds.
Yeah.
Because that would award having a high stat.
Yeah, if two people succeed, then the person who succeeds the best wins.
Yeah.
I get
but in this game, they've gone with the lowest roll wins. It's a bit easier. It's maybe a bit less logical, but it's more intuitive.
Good.
So we'll go with that, which you should be very happy with since you rolled a 4. And I rolled a 14 and a 10.
Hey.
So you're sneaking your way down towards the harbor. You're keeping the wall. There's an inner wall that separates the inner city from the rest of the city. And you're basically keeping that on your left side, more or less. But then you see, quite well hidden actually, but not for your very keen eyes tonight, since you rolled a dragon roll, you actually see a mallard with a red mohawk sitting hunched behind a bush. The wall is built like on top of like a ridge. It's not a ridge, it's because it's, like 4 meters high, and it's more of a slope. Yeah, let's call it a slope instead. But at the top of the slope, there's like a bush by the wall, and in that bush actually sits a mallard with a red mohawk. And since you rolled a dragon roll, I definitely think you also see that he seems to be hand signaling with someone else further ahead.
I'm going to, as I sneak forward, I'm gonna like hold up my hand, my fist, and I'm gonna like do the sign for a mallard. I'm going to do the beak sign. Borderline racist, probably. I'm going to do a beak sign and then point to where the bush is. And then I'm going to do, I don't know, would we have some hand signals? But I'm going to then like do something which suggests like more.
Wait, whoa. Don't tell us. You just have to do the hand signals and we have to guess.
Okay, all right. So okay, right. So I do nice. Okay, so I do duck, point to one side, then I do a spiral with my hand, and then hold up like lots of fingers and wiggle them, and then do the duck sign again.
Oh,
Okay.
He's telling us that duck likes to do dancing.
Yes. There is a duck that likes to do the twist up ahead.
Yeah, the mallard is dancing or maybe he's in a tornado.
Oh, not another tornado mallard.
Oh, is this the one that likes to make the croissants?
What?
I don't get that one, Phil.
Well, they're round, innit?
Oh, right, I see. Yeah.
I would speed. For me, it would be kanelbulle. It would be the
Yeah, kanelbulle is much nicer, actually, I think.
Yeah.
Sweden rolls, yeah?
Yeah.
Swedish rolls, yeah.
Yeah.
Once again. Right. So we have to,
I feel fairly certain that you could sneak back and talk to them as well, Stuart.
you come
I
back
will
to
say
us
that.
and find us.
You roll so well with both the rolls, so you feel confident that it's no problem sneaking back and talking to them.
You come back to
look
us
back
kind of
and
talking about.
I see the visible confusion in Baston and Makanda and now Baron's eyes. None of you really. You're talking about dancing. I roll my eyes
like
heavily. Yeah. I roll my eyes. My shoulders slump in frustration, and I sneak back towards them and go, "Honestly, you guys know nothing. Right? There's a pirate mallard, Mohican, in that bush just over there, and he's hand signing. I couldn't. No, he's not dancing, Baron. No. That was possibly an unwise hand gesture on my part, but there is one pirate mallard just behind the bush outside the wall, and he's signalling to others. There are other mallards, maybe more of his piratical compatriots nearby. I don't know. He looks like he's waiting, spying for someone."
So at this, Makanda's going to pull out his little short sword that he's got and go, "All right, I'll go find out what he wants," and walk off towards the bush on the top of the.
And not sneaking, just walking up to.
No, and I mean,
yeah.
Up until this point, Chrysanda's been darting ahead, and Makanda, being a duck in plate armor, has just been slowly walking along the middle of the road, a bit behind, because he's not sneaking in the slightest.
So when you say, "I'm going to go ask him what he wants," and you walk off, Baron is going to whisper to the others, "So he does know them."
No, probably not. Maybe, but probably not. I'm gonna kind of I better go with him. And so I'll hang back a bit, and I probably will sneak.
Okay.
To just try and provide backup without undermining Mikanda, because he's a little bit precious.
Make a stealth sneaking roll then, please, Phil.
I'm not sneaking at all. Rolled a 16, so that's definitely not a sneak. I think I'm sneaking.
Yeah, but you're still huge.
Yeah.
Just like...
Yeah. The sun is behind me, and the wind is blowing towards the ducks, so they can smell me, they can see me. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm still a little bit drunk.
Okay, so Mikanda, you go up and as this mallard sees that you're not walking like along the street, but like making for him, he freezes and he's like super still.
Well, I know he's, presumably I know he's there, like I've been pointed out the bush, right?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to walk right up to the bush, like use the sword
it's
to
going
push
to
the
take
bushes.
a bit of climbing to go up there. It's not climbing that takes a roll, but it's going to be like some...
In that case, I'm clambering up going, excuse me. I need to ask you some questions. Excuse me.
No, fuck you doing? Piss off.
We won't have that language. Excuse me. You show your fucking face. We won't have that language.
I'll throw a dagger. I'll cut you in half with my saber.
Oh, I tell you what, and he stops halfway up the hill. You come down here so I don't go all the way out there, and then we'll do it right here.
No. I'm trying to hide here.
And he resumes clambering up the hill.
Oh, fucking hell. And you just see the bush just like flickering, and he seems to be tossing a dagger. It just flies right past you and sticks to the wall of a wooden house right behind you.
Well, that was very rude. And now we will not be talking. Now I'll be bashing your skull in. And he puts his short sword away as he's climbing up and pulls his battle axe off his back.
Okay, I think it's time to pull some initiative cards, don't you?
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. So, Jason, Mikanda gets a 7. Let's see now. Baston gets a 4. I'm going to put these the way you sit, so it's going to be easier for me to remember. And Stuart Kasana gets a 1. Oops. I will pull one for Baron, but you have a feeling he won't partake in the battle. He gets a 9. And the Mallards get a 5.
It's high.
Yeah.
Which order is that?
Kasana, you're up first. You're about, I want to say like 35 meters away, maybe. When you see a dagger being tossed past Mikanda, sticking to a wall behind him.
I see this dagger kind of flick past, and I go, "Oh shit! It's all kicking off. Always does with Mikanda." And I'm just going to, as fast as my short legs, I'm just going to kind of like run up as far as I can. I don't know if that will get me to kind of like the wall and peering round, but I'm going to run up, and I know that Mikanda can handle himself. I know that he can take punishment and dish it out. I'm going to run out, and I'm scanning for any other mallards that he might have been signalling to. And I'm going to flip a knife. And so anyone that, if they start to come near us, I don't know, can you kind of like queue up actions or like prepare an action in Dragonbane? Is that something you can do? Or?
No, but you can swap initiative cards with your friends if you want to go like later in the round. But you can't really, you can't prepare an action.
Oh, sure.
And I will also say that you have a throwing range that is not super impressive.
No, I looked down. I have a range of 8. For my
8 meters, and I think your speed is, what is it, like 10 or 12?
My movement is 12.
12, yeah. So that means you can walk 12 meters and do an action, or you sprint, and that's your action, and then you can move twice that. Okay,
right. Then I'm going to sprint. I'm not going to, because I know I'm going to sprint and use all my turn just to move to get into a place where I might be more efficient next turn.
Yeah. Cool. Yep. So you run up, and then second in order we have Baston.
Throwing a knife, very rude. I'm going to run at the bush, hedge, whatever it is, and thrust my long spear into it if I can cover that distance.
I mean, you have a movement of 14, and you were right behind Makander. So, yeah, I'll allow you to reach. And a long spear is long.
Yeah.
So, yes, make an attack. The first attack of the evening.
What
We roll
am I
for
rolling?
spears.
Where is attack? What am I rolling?
Spears. The weapon skills on the right column.
Oh, I've got it. Sorry. Yes. So that's a 14, and I rolled an 11.
So that's a hit. So you roll your spear damage plus your damage bonus.
Cool. There's 1d8. Let me find my other d8. Sorry for the ASMR of me pouring some dice onto the desk. There we go. Right. Okay. So that's 14, 2d8. Did you say there's a bonus on there as well? Sorry.
You rolled 14 on the 2d8.
I rolled 2 7s.
Oh, that's massive. Yeah, you have a d6 damage bonus as well, I think, for Baston.
That's a 1.
Okay, that's still 15 points, and this pirate mallard only has a leather armor, so that's 14 of those go through. So you basically you skewer him like a shish kebab, and you may describe what the scene looks like as you, take him down.
So almost like a pikeman, I basically shove this this spear into this bush, and then I pull back, lift it up. This mallard just slides down, and as I as it kind of reaches down to kind of my level, I reach in, rip his chest open, pull out his heart, and take a bite. This will sober me up.
You've also
did you want to talk to him?
Religious duty.
Did you want to talk to him, Makander? Sorry, I got a bit carried away.
Bloody hell. I was actually hoping to have a chat with him, if I'm honest.
Well, it was quite rude.
Give him the old bash, and then we were going to have words, but God, it creeps me out every time you do that.
Look,
so
all right.
There are mallards left, because there are some mallards that this guy was communicating with. So you hear over there, like behind you here, I can't whistle for shit, but you hear like a very, very nice whistle, signaling whistle. And you look behind you, I think, and you see some red mohawk feathered heads duck down from some rooftops, like further down towards the harbor.
Makander, you all look alike. Why don't you just pretend you're one of them?
We've had this discussion before. Let's not go there. Okay, let's not go there.
Oh, yeah, because you never say that we look alike. Us Wolfkin.
Yeah, but you do. It's different.
We're going to go out of initiative because they are not going to attack this band of well-armored and well-armed troop.
That's pussies.
Baron comes up and he says, "Oh, I clearly sat down at the right table. You are," and he looks at Baston, who's like eating a still beating heart, and it's like,
Your son.
I clearly came to the right table.
Baron, do you still think we're mates with him then? Because,
No, I don't. No.
I reach up and I pat Baron on the knee, and I say, yeah, you get used to it. I was a bit ill the first time I saw him do that as well, but you kind of get used to Baston's peculiarities. That's his, but it gets easier.
Okay. Does he do that every time he kills someone?
Yeah.
not every time. Not every time. It depends on the on the foe. I mean, even with ducks, to be honest with you, they're a bit fatty. Normally you have to cook them out a bit, but, you know.
Okay, shall we move on?
Yeah, let's find this
What about
boat.
those other mallards?
Duck 'em.
Sorry, my voice is a bit hoarse. It gets like this when I throw up.
I don't know. We did see them, but they kind of ducked down. I don't think they're going to mess with us.
There it came.
There it came.
Better late than never.
eventually, I got my gun in.
You've been waiting for that, haven't you? You saved that up for the last 10
It
minutes.
might have been as soon as Andreas said he saw them drop down. I thought, yes, the moment is here. But just in case, I think maybe Makanda, you should maybe take the lead, because I mean you're the most heavily armored of us all, and maybe I'll just kind of lurk in the background a little bit.
This is an armor thing and not a duck thing, right?
Absolutely an armor thing.
Okay.
Absolutely an armor thing.
All right. I trust you, Prasanna. I trust you.
Yep. Excellent.
And Makanda is going to battle axe back on his back, clamber back down the hill, and continue walking off in the direction of the small harbour, I guess. And as he's walking along, he's going to look over his shoulder and go, I do not know where the harbour is because I am a pirate, all right? Just know where it is because everybody knows where it is.
Oh, yeah.
Over there, the boats are, isn't it?
Sure, yeah. And you start walking through the harbor. You reach the area called Slopes, called that because the slopes of the Thimzur Mountains come down to the town here, and built into the slope is the arena, the very steep arena that we saw on the map there, where actually the current champion is actually a captured pirate mallard gladiator called Quaxa, with her two-handed raven's beak warhammer. She's undefeated for 49 fights, and it is said that the governor has promised her, he has vowed that if she goes to 50 unbeaten, she will actually gain her freedom. And she's being kept in one of the houses here in the slopes, and people stay well clear of it. But you pass the slopes and you pass the arena. I'd like, since you're all going as a troop now, either two can roll for awareness or one can roll with a boon to the roll, which is advantage.
My awareness is not very.
Yeah, can I heavily opt out of rolling for awareness? Makanda is paying zero attention.
Now you're muted, though, Stuart.
Yes, it's kind of my job.
Damn it. Right, okay. Right, my awareness is 12, so I shall...
Yeah, better than my 5.
Okay. I shall roll with a boon. You said that's... Okay.
Roll twice, take the best result.
That is a 12 and a 19. So we'll take the 12, so just.
You're walking through the town, and you must have scared them off. Seems like they were discouraged by the brutal assault of Baston, where he one-shotted one of their companions. And you come down to the fishing harbor. There's some boats moored here, tied up on the pier. And there's one or two boats coming in late, having been out further than usual with the catch of the day.
Is there a boat which maybe is in a place which is less obvious? I mean, is there a place in a harbour where boats are less obvious? Not really, but...
So you want to sneak aboard a boat and cut the ropes take it?
Yeah, I am all for stealing a boat. We don't have one. I'm not going to pay to hire a boat. There's more people. More people in the boat, or more people involved means more risk.
Oh yeah,
So
Baron is all for this. He's like, yeah, he's on board. Like, yeah, let's fucking steal a boat, and you know,
I'm like, right, yeah, okay. And with Krisanna's seamanship of 6, she is going to confidently buy a boat and go that one, and just head for it. I'm going to go for a boat, which is
we
like,
wait until those 2 boats come in first, and then it's going to be hard to take a boat with them still, you know, anchoring here. Or am I wrong?
I mean, we could pretend to be fishermen.
Or there? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay, yeah, nice. Let's do that.
Yeah,
I'm up for that. All about speed. The sooner, and also, I don't entirely trust those pirate mallards. I think they were
Yeah, let's hurry. Yeah, let's hurry. Yeah,
I think we need to move. So
he starts walking with like a you know, like this.
The rolling gait of
the rolling. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Krisanna is going to copy this. Great idea. Her knowledge of the sea. I mean, I think that when she sailed to Windheim, she was probably horrendously seasick for most of the journey. So she was like below decks or leaning over it. So actually, her knowledge of sailing in boats is probably very, very limited. So she is going to copy Baron, and with that kind of like confident rolling gait of an experienced sailor, heading towards a boat.
Metagaming a little bit, I've seen that Stuart's character sheet, Krisanna's character sheet, is 1 better than mine for seamanship. Mine's a 5. So with that in mind, I will take Krisanna's expert knowledge about how to deal with boats and ports. And as far as I'm concerned, she knows everything around this subject because she knows more than I do.
Yep.
So that's the way.
So Mikanda might be good with ships, but it wouldn't matter because in order to stay as far away from the pirate trope as possible, he acts like the biggest idiot in the world when faced with anything to do with a ship or the sea, just anything like that. So he's not going to follow your walk. He's going to get onto the boat, immediately fall on his ass, stumble around, just act like a buffoon.
Okay, so for the 2 ones that are trying to, you know, get this seaman rolling walk, I'd like a performance roll, actually.
Yeah.
From Stuart and Phil and Baron. I'll make a performance roll.
And that's very much a fail for me, and I'm happy with that.
That's a solid 18 from Baron.
That's an 11 over 5. So that's a fail.
And I got a 12 over 4, so 3 fails.
This Monty Python crew, basically, you know.
Pirates of the sea, of the actual sea.
I will, though, make an awareness roll for the fisherman coming in as well. I mean, I might roll shit. Who knows?
Andreas normally rolls very badly.
Yeah.
Andreas has just rolled a 1.
Probably.
Hey!
So these
the 2 ships
buffoons
suddenly explode in the distance.
I think
In a shocking
ships,
turn of events.
they're competitors, so they don't really like each other. So they keep on like getting in each other's way for the other one's boats. So they're just like, you know, bumping their ships together, bumping their boats together. Not like, you know, like ramming or destroying, just, you know, bickering, you know. So they're so preoccupied that but now you need to, do you take a sailing boat or a rowing boat?
Oh,
That's a good point. My heart
And the
says
will have
sailing
tried to
boat.
steer people towards a rowing boat because it's the least piratey of the 2.
I presumed it was going to be a sailing boat, but a rowing boat does make a lot more sense.
I think Krisanna is, having said that one. Again, my heart says sailing boat, but I think I do think Krisanna would have probably gone for a rowing boat. I think she's not that foolish.
Is she aware of her own limitations? It's just that I'm not.
I think, well, I mean, no, actually, she is definitely going to go for a rowing boat because Krisanna, she's not very strong. So if there's any rowing to be done, she ain't going to be doing it. So she's gone, oh, great, let's go with the one where I have to do the least amount of work. So she picks a rowing boat. Yep, rowing boat it is.
Perfect. So let's have someone do a seamanship roll, and you'll get an advantage because it's a rowing boat. You'll have a boon, and if there's two of you helping out, you can actually get a triple boon. So it's a Krisanna rolling, and Makander, who's actually better. He's only making small, when they're doing something extremely bad. Just maybe not that. Maybe.
I think it is. I think Krisanna's like, right, Makander, Bastard, man the oars. Baron, keep an eye out for mallard pirates. I'm gonna slice through the rope. Away. And so seamanship with a boon.
A double boon even, so you roll
Double
3
boon.
times
Okay.
and take the best result.
Okay. Oh, God. On my last roll, I got a 6, and my seamanship is a 6.
Yeah. So it ain't going fast, and it ain't, but you're not sinking, and you're not going to drift out to open sea. You will start making your way northwards towards Bay Island. And you said that you wanted Baron to have a look out for pirates. All clear.
He's just staring at Makander.
There are no pirates anywhere close to our boat or in it.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Exactly.
No, there are no pirate mallards whatsoever. Not a single one. I have a question for Makander, actually, for Jason. Are you wearing your chainmail on the water?
No, I'm told I'm wearing full plate armor, which seems like the most terrible idea for a man going to sea.
Are you wearing full plate? I thought he had plate mail. I think in Swedish he has chain. No, you have the plate mail. Yeah, but anyway, in this game, Mirth and Mayhem, you can don or take off armor in one action, even if it's a plate armor. So, it's kind of a leading question. Are you wearing your plate armor on the open sea?
I'm gonna say yes, and it's a stupid thing for him to do. I think he's just going to be so dead set in not being seen as somebody that could potentially be a pirate that he's just going to be like,
"I'll have you know, I'm a knight."
Exactly.
Yeah. I protect the weak. I don't steal from them.
I'm just here to fight the wicked.
Yeah. And speaking of wicked, there is actually a ship coming out of nowhere just as the evening mists are starting to gather on the sea, and you approach Bay Island, and you know that you just have to go maybe 5 more minutes, and then you'll be able to pull your boat up where X marks the spot. But then from your left comes a sailing fishing boat. You think you recognize this, actually. Krisanna, you were about to point to that one, and then no, let's go with rowing boat. Let's go with, And it's filled with 4 pirate mallards. You scurvy landlubbers! Hand over the map, and we'll spare your lives.
See, I told you, not a pirate, because I don't speak like that.
We'll give you to the count of 4. Not 3, not 5, but 4.
How about 6?
4.5.
Well, okay.
1.
Count. Go on then. Count more. 2.
Yeah.
I'll count with you.
Come over here and say it.
What comes after 2? Come on. Can you do it?
Then
Can you do it?
3.
No, you got that wrong.
1, 2, 3.
No.
That you be
Completely
right.
wrong.
I do know it.
No. completely wrong.
Scoundrel!
With my performance and bluffing at like 4. Yeah, come on, board our little rowing boat. That'll go really well.
Or should we ram it?
Don't give them ideas, Baston.
Go the other way.
We'll take their ship. Yeah, I'm going to. If they ram us, we're going down, and we've got Makanda in.
They do have a bigger
play.
ship than you have.
Yeah. Can I?
Mm-hmm.
Can I chuck a rope to try and hook it onto their boat and like swing myself over?
Of course.
To try and distract them to give the heavier, maybe bulkier chaps time to board the other vessel.
Naturally, you can.
Nice.
That's what I'm going to do.
Fucking mayhem. And there's not really a roll for a skill for that. So let's go with straight up agility. Just roll for agility. That's what you do when there's not really a skill that's applicable. You just
so my agility's 18.
It is
Nice. Okay. 16, thankfully. Yeah. So
you chuck a rope and you fasten it in some kind of way.
okay, so I'm going to aim. I'm going to fling my rope so it like on one of like the spars at the cross of their sailing ship, so it hooks on that to give me like some swing speed, so I can swashbuckle it over. I can kind of like swing myself over and leap up and land and strike a heroic pose. And if there's a mallard pirate within striking distance, I'm going to try and stab one.
And Makanda would like to push Krisanna as hard as possible, as she's just to give her some more.
Okay. I was going to say I need another agility roll, but with a bane to the roll. But since you get help, that can get cancelled out. So another agility roll then to do this maneuver. Not for the attack, mind, but for the maneuver.
That is a 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so sure. Oh, actually, there's acrobatics.
Oh, so there is.
Yeah, but still a 5 would be a success for Krisanna, I'm pretty sure. So an acrobatics roll,
that does mean that my first roll, if we're using acrobatics, my first roll would have failed.
I wouldn't call that acrobatics, maybe. I wouldn't call that tossing a rope. Let's still go with agility there. Yeah.
Okay.
You jump on board and, let's pull initiative cards.
I love the idea, by the way, that we're turning the tables here and we've just decided we're going to take their boat.
Krisanna gets a 5. Baston gets a 7. These get redrawn each round, and Baston, you have a ability where you can spend 1 willpower point. This is for Makander. Where you can spend a willpower point to keep your card each round. So if you get like 1 or 2, you might want to do that. And they get an 8. And we have poor Baron also with a 4. So first up is Makander. You've just pushed Krisanna over to the other boat.
I guess seeing what she's trying to do, and on the basis I'm probably one of the ones rowing, I'm going to do whatever I can to row us towards / alongside the boat to effectively make it easier for us to board this boat. So rather than trying to row away, turn towards it and just
try and roll for seamanship then.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. God.
Would you like me
so
to
what is Makander's seamanship stat?
5.
It is 5, okay.
Same as mine.
Yeah. Makander is as much of a pirate as he says he is. I rolled a 10.
Yeah, you can't really it's a very stressful situation, and these oars, like you try to turn left and then you go right and then you go
just go
just roll. Yeah, going like, or rather going like this.
There's a lot of water splashing everywhere. Not much movement.
I think Baron sees how close it is to the shore. He'll jump ship and he'll start swimming.
Wow.
Actually. And it's Krisanna.
I'm going to see whichever mallard is at the tiller who's steering the ship. That's the mallard I'm going to get. If I can get the boat to stop moving in any way, I'm going to kind of like, if there's a mallard that's manning the tiller of the ship, I'm going to kind of like run towards him and kind of like dart to one side and try and like just get a dagger.
I'm gonna say,
his armor.
since there are 3 other mallards in your way on the way, because they were coming towards you, so the logical thing would be you swashbuckling onto the ship at the front of the ship, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and steering the ship is normally done from the back, so you would get some free attacks on you then. But you could toss a knife. It makes the same amount of damage tossing a knife.
Okay.
As stabbing.
All right, yeah. So, all right, okay. I will see these mallards rushing towards me. I kind of like pull out one of my throwing knives, flip it, and hurl it at the mallard at the tiller.
So it's still the same skill. It's still daggers.
Okay, that's nice. That's a 14. That's an 18. So my knife whistles past him.
Unless you want to push the roll.
Oh yeah, okay. I will. I'll take swashbuckling onto the ship has left me a little bit out of breath. I'm a bit exhausted. I'm a little bit out of puff. So I'm going to take exhausted as my condition, and then have another go at trying to throw this knife at the mallard, and that's a 10.
So that's a hit. So roll it's a D8, I think, for the dagger, and a D6
and a D6
damage bonus.
That is 7 overall.
So these all seem to have just, or actually they're pirates. They wouldn't have armor. So all 7 points go through. You hit him in the shoulder, and the dagger sticks in there, and he's still steering the ship, but it seems to be hurting as he's steering the ship. So that's your turn, and now it's the mallards. So I think, one of them, the front one, is just going to attack you, basically. That's a 6, and let's see now. That would be, sorry, because I don't have the. Here are the weapons. So this would probably be like a scimitar, I think, or a broadsword. It would be like a broadsword. So that's 2d6. That's 5 and 2. I'm gonna give. Do they have a damage bonus? This one does not. Okay. So that's 7 points of damage.
I've got an ability which is hard to catch. You can activate this ability when dodging an attack, getting a boon to the evade roll.
Yes, so it costs an action to dodge. That's the trouble.
Okay, right, got you.
I think there's a heroic ability called fast footwork or something like that, where you get a free dodge each round.
Okay, got you. All right, so I would be sacrificing an attack to dodge.
Exactly. Fine. Which is what you do a lot when you face like big monsters, because monsters attacks they hit automatically. So when you face up with a monster, you often like if you're in melee with a monster, you would often try to dodge the attack and let the ranged people or the magic users do the damage.
Okay.
And just
7 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, fine. Ow.
And I think the one steering is steering, and then there's 2 left. One of them is going to try an acrobatics roll to board your ship. That will be a success, and he will attack either one of you two. 1, 2, 3, baston, and 1 baston. So an attack 12 is going to be a hit. So that's 7 points of damage minus your armor if you're wearing it. And I think the 4th one is just going to board as well. Succeeds with that acrobatics and succeeds with the attack against Makander, dealing. I'm rolling a lot of 6s. 8 points of damage. I forgot to see if he actually has a small damage bonus as well. +1. So what did I say? 8, right? So 9 minus 6 is 3, right?
Yeah.
So you take 3 points of damage. And remember, since you have this big armor, Makander, you do have a heroic ability called Champion or something like that, where you can take a hit for a friend and let your armor soak up most of that damage.
No bother.
I'm assuming, Phil, that you don't want to keep your crappy initiative. No, it's you. Sorry, it's you first, and then
Can I have to go first?
Yeah, sorry. But for next round, I assume you don't want to keep it. Sorry.
Your initiative is so crap, Phil. I'm not even going to let you have a turn. Yeah, so we'll see what I draw in the next round. But I will growl at the one that just hit me. What did they hit me with? Like a sword?
Yeah, like a saber.
And probably using the... It's going to have to be the short spear, isn't it? Because of how close we are proximity-wise, I would presume. I don't know, range... Why is the range 4 for the long spear and 36 for the short spear?
It's for throwing, and the other one is for like the reach of the long spear. If you want to go with the long spear, go with your long spear, man. You just have to grab it more like further towards the tip.
Probably the tip when it's like 8 feet of spear sticking out the back.
Yeah, exactly.
So in that case, just to not be in the gutter at all, I'm going to be at one end of the boat. Well, no, because they've just got me with this saber, haven't they? So yeah, okay. So what I'll do is we're kind of in the middle of the boat. They've just got me with their sword, and the long spear is kind of along the full length of the boat, and I just reach down and just pull it up. So it's almost again like a pike. So the non-pointy end is kind of into the back of the boat, and they're quite close. So I'm just going to kind of just stab them with it. Hopefully, we'll try.
I thought
see how it goes.
you're going to pull it up like this.
I'm going to pull it up
between his legs.
Yeah,
That's what I thought you were going to do.
Let's do it.
Yeah, make an attack. Spear attack.
Okay. That was a 13, and I needed a 14. So 14.
That's a hit. So you roll your damage and damage.
One of those, and one of those, and one of those. That's much less exciting than it was last time round. 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 points of damage to that one. Okay, cool. New round. He shrugs off the damage like it's nothing. We got a 3 for Kisana. We've got Baston Bloodjaw with a 7 again. And we get a 6 for Makander. The swimming friend, Baron, is swimming away. And the Mallards get an 8. I think that will seal the deal, my friends. But let's see. Kisana, you're up. It's actually the almost exact same order as last time.
I'm going to... I mean, although I would dearly love to get the mallard at the tiller, I've just been hacked at very rudely by a mallard pirate. So I'm going to focus on him. I'm going to... I don't know. I'm like... There's quite a big movie, quite a big cut. I'm bleed my armor is slightly battered and tattered. I'm going to narrow my eyes and I say, "You're going to regret that." And I'm going to whip out pull out another dagger, and I'm going to try and strike. How tall are mallards?
Not much. They're like basically the same height as you, more or less. Maybe a little bit higher. Maybe let's say a few inches higher, taller.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to try and get him in the throat. I'm going to try and take him right, a killing blow straight away, because I can't take too many more hits like that. So I'm going to. Now that's a 5 under 14.
So a D8 and a D6 of damage to this one.
And a D6. Oh, that's better. That is an 8 and a 3. That is 11 points of damage.
That's a mighty blow. It almost takes him down, but not really quite. Not really quite. Your forte, otherwise, is the assassin. I think it's called assassin, the heroic ability. Maybe I
backstabbing.
Backstabbing, yeah.
I kind of like, when I swung onto the ship, I just realized, they've got to be within 2 meters of me.
Yeah.
To be able to start backstabbing people.
Yeah. No, they need to be within 2 meters of a friend of yours. I think. Right?
I mean, yes, within 2 meters of another player character. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, exactly. Which would deal another D8. So with those attacks, you would deal 2 D8s plus the D6,
right,
which would be
got
really
it.
powerful hit. Yeah, but you hit him with a mighty blow, and he staggers back, bleeding. You cut him in the throat. You didn't slit his throat, but you cut his throat, and he's like bleeding from it. And he tries to stop it with his one hand, and he's about to come back at you, but not just yet. Makander.
Makander is going to, I guess, try and attempt to stand up and kind of wrench his battle axe and just swing at the first mallard that dropped onto the boat while shouting, "No pirates!" Which is, I'm going to say, as he swings and shouts "No pirates," he's like, "Get no pirates on my boat!" And he's going to get angry and activate his ill-tempered.
Yeah, so we're gonna say, do you want to go with your ill-tempered heroic ability there? Yeah, to get the boon for the attack.
Exactly. So that is.
So you take the condition angry, but you get to roll with a boon to the roll.
Nice. That is a good thing because I would have failed that by, I guess, 7 on an axis of 14. So that is then.
That's the 2d8 plus a d4.
2d8s plus a d4. So that's an 8, a 5, and a 4.
You can describe how this very angered mallard ends the life of this pirate.
So it doesn't even look that dramatic. I kind of fumble and pick up the wrong end of the battle axe and twat him with the heel of the battle axe, which just knocks him unconscious. It doesn't look like a bad blow, but he falls into the water.
You managed to drown a pirate mallard.
Yes.
That's an achievement. That is an achievement. Okay, so the mallard facing you, Kristanna, has taken a mighty blow, but will try to bring you down with its next attack, but rolls a 17 and fails. And the one who's fighting you, Baston, was not overly impressed with your skill with the spear. It's going to attack you. That's going to be a 6. And I keep rolling 6s with this. A 6 and a 1, that's 7 plus 4. That's 11 minus 1 for leather, right? Do you want to do your guardian? Do you want to do your guardian?
Can I activate my guardian ability?
Yeah, you just spend 2 willpower points and take the hit for him.
So I'll do that by kind of bundling on top of him as he goes to attack Baston and just kind of taking the blow. So how many damage points was it going to be?
5 for you. That was 11, so that would be 5 for you.
Nice.
Thank you.
And Baron is still swimming towards the shore. We are coming to what seems to be perhaps a final one.
I gotta go.
Sorry, did I skip you again? No, did I?
Yeah.
Sorry, Phil. I mean, it's only your channel and all, but,
It's all right. We're not even going to put this episode out.
Remind me to tell you the surprise after we finish this, and I think that'll make it up.
Andreas said in the green room he has a surprise for us, but all I keep thinking about is Total Recall. Get ready for a surprise. I'm just going to. I was looking through the rule book to see if I could understand what kind of damage a bite attack would be, because I'm just, as a wolf, I'm just like really angry now, and I just want to bite this duck in the neck or in the shoulder, and just like Makanda did, just toss him overboard, really. But I couldn't find anything really.
No, it's we could look at a wolf. I think it's in the towards the end there somewhere. I know that there's a wolf attack, or is it in the bestiary, perhaps?
I don't have the bestiary, shockingly enough.
Let's see now.
I do. Common animals, wolf, bite.
Yeah.
2d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you remember you also have your heroic ability, which is what's it called in English again? You can
Hunting instincts is what I've got.
you can assign someone to be your prey, and then you will you spend some willpower points, and then you also get a boon to your attack.
Ah, screw it. Let's do that. Why the duck not? Okay, I'll spend a willpower point. This guy is now my mortal enemy. And I'm going to try and bite at him now that he's been pinned down by Mikander. And that is a dragon.
It's a dragon roll. Amazing. So you can double the damage. You can roll 4d6 for your bite attack on this mallard.
Go on then. Okay. So
are we going to have a Indiana Jones Temple of Doom moment here?
9, 15, 16.
Yeah, just narrate the death of this poor ducker.
18 points. So, ever the one for undramatic killings. Effectively, Baston just dives his his muzzle in between the boat and the Mikander, and with his keen sense of smell, can immediately pick out the pirate from the landlubber. Bites on, pulls this duck out from underneath. Mikander just goes clunk onto the boat, and with a growl, Baston shakes his head, the duck in midair, and then just throws him overboard. And you can just see a spray of blood across the other boat, the large boat, which is soon to be ours. Almost like he's christening it with champagne. As the duck hits it and then lands into the water.
And with that, I think the one at the tiller jumps ship. Just jumps off board and just starts making for the main island, not the Bay Island, like the Windheim Island. He's just swimming as fast as he can in wild panic, and the one who's bleeding from the throat, he drops his saber and he says, and he starts backing away from Yuki-sama and says, "Mercy, sorry." We do be very sorry. I forgot the accent there for a wee moment.
I hold up my dagger, my blood-covered dagger, also bleeding fairly heavily, and I say, "Why are you following us?"
The treasure, it will be ours.
Treasure, you say?
Yes, the treasure. Your friend there he's got a map. He do have a map to a treasure.
Excellent.
That's been buried by my folk on that island yonder.
Huh. Interesting. And I'm going to shove him overboard.
Maybe he'll live, maybe he won't. That's another story for another time.
Recurring NPC villain with a vendetta.
And a fake pirate accent.
I look at Baston and Mikander and say, "I was right. It's a treasure map. We've got to get after Beron before he gets the treasure and we lose him."
Well, we have a boat now. We can probably sail fast. Maybe it's possible. We might be able to sail fast.
Can any of us actually sail a boat?
You can.
You probably shouldn't have pushed that last one overboard, should you? Because you could have for the island.
Well, maybe not.
See, he was a pirate. I know you look at me and you think, same.
You're a pirate, Mikander. Right, I'm gonna jump down into the rowing boat and say, "Right after him, row faster."
You could at least drop the anchor first.
this sailing.
There's a joke in there somewhere. I did not get it.
No,
But there's
I'm thinking that we've now won this boat, and it's just going to drift off into the sunset without us.
I didn't. Yeah, Chrisanne doesn't think of that. I absolutely. I'm like, I've heard the words treasure. I'm focused purely on that. I kind of have neglected the fact that this fishing boat will just drift off elsewhere.
I mean, to be fair, where the fuck are you going to sell it? You can't go back to the harbor of Foamsville and be like, hey, anyone bought a pile of boats?
We were going to take it back to the harbour and be like, look, we rescued this boat. I think we probably deserve some compensation for getting somebody's boat back, because there's no chance that was.
Well, you can do that with a rolling boat then.
It's got custom paint job as well.
You put your back into it. You start rowing after. Do you stop and pick him up, or do you just row past him to the island?
Fuck, got out of the boat. Fuck him. Is he? Where is?
He has got the map though.
What's I was going to say? Where is the map? Is it in his pocket?
Yeah.
I think we should.
Try and pick his pocket on the way past.
Row next to him, and Baston can just use his spear to, I don't know, get the map or something out of his pocket.
Yep, fine by me. I might miss.
Use the spear to get the map out of his pocket.
No, just kind of maybe get a little bit of pocket as well, possibly a bit of.
Okay. I mean, this guy abandoned his own job, right? So as far as I'm concerned, right now, he had commissioned us for a job. He was then not going to pay us for said job because he quite clearly abandoned the job. And I feel like
no, it's not the morality I'm questioning. It's the.
But the point is that at this point, I quite like Makanda's suggestion, and if it causes bodily injury, more map for us.
Okay, sure.
Morality has just gone out the window.
Just don't make him bleed on the map.
Make a spear attack, but I'm gonna give you a bane on this roll because you're doing it from a moving boat, which you're not used to. You're trying to, maybe you're not trying too hard not to hit him, but
I got hang on,
a demon.
No, I got a 6 and a 6.
Oh. You held up a 16, but I trust you. If you say you got a 6 and a 6, sure.
The 16 was next to the 6.
Yeah, you saw him put the map in some kind of like belt pouch, and you basically just cut that with your spear and fling it up onto the boat.
I kind of presumed I was going to like
that's
get
mine.
him.
You stole it, you thieves! And he tries to grab onto the boat. Let me up! Let me up!
Us thieves? You just tried to steal our time.
No, I tried to stay alive. That's what I'm not a fighter. I can fight. That's why I hired you. That's why you're getting 25 gold.
Where are you going to get the 25 gold from?
From the treasure. Okay,
I'm going to play whack-a-mole with his hands.
Sorry, you're going to play
I'm going to play whack-a-mole with his hands. So if he's got his hands on the side, I'm going to be like,
oh, okay. But we had a deal. I hired you to protect me, and you did your job, and you will be paid. You will get 40 gold. You will get 60 gold, 20 golds each.
How much gold are you expecting?
I'm not entirely sure. I've not seen the treasure chest.
Okay.
I just acquired the map.
Seems to me that...
Do you know what? I think I know what's fair. We'll get the gold out of the treasure and we'll split it 4 ways.
That's fine by me.
That feels like the right and just thing to do, despite the fact that what you just did was not very nice. Next time, stay and fight.
I'm gonna reach over and try and pull him up, but he's not getting his belt back.
Mm-hmm.
And his trousers have now gotten a bit stretched in the water.
Yeah. Maybe he left them in the water. even as he was like kicking his legs as he came up.
Donald Duck style.
Yeah, you have 2 Donald Ducks on the boat now. And
Cool.
you reach the shore, and with the help of the treasure map, you do find a treasure chest, actually, containing 100 gold pieces in, various currencies and jewels and rings and the treasure. We've all seen it in the movies, right? We all know what it looks like.
There's at least 1 gold cup in there.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of gems.
Yep, for sure. Maybe like a gilded dagger or something.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a tiara for Mikanda.
And right at the bottom, there's another note suggesting an even bigger treasure.
Oh my God. Dun, dun, dun. And you, do you give him 25 golds worth of this treasure?
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, we should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think
so he basically ends up with what you should have ended up with, or what you agreed to get for yourselves, which seems fair. So, yes, this was a rainy night in Foamswell. You've played Dragonbane in Windheim.
Thank you so much, Andreas.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Andreas. That was brilliant. Really enjoyed that.
Let us know.
So, was it enjoyable and was it easy to learn?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
really.
Yes,
really
and
easy.
yes.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Was
fun.
it possible to create an adventure, a scenario out of the 200 words I got from Anna?
I think you're Andreas Lundström. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. All you need is the skill of winging it. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that was quick. It was fun. Again, just the fact that you made that up from the prompt really that quickly was excellent. So yeah, really
was great.
good.
Thank you so much. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you. And remember to check out the Kickstarter. Everyone is watching this because it's going pretty well. So we're unlocking stretch goal after stretch goal after stretch goal after stretch goal, actually.
And can you give a 1 sentence overview of what to expect in terms of, without spoilers, but like the general tone and an idea of what the Windheim campaign?
Well, it's a mixture. I don't know if I can do it in 1 sentence, but it's a good mixture of like epic fantasy with some comedy thrown in there. And the reviews we've gotten for part 1 is that it has like all the components you want from fantasy role-playing games. There is a dungeon, there is a journey, there's a murder mystery, there's some combat, there's a lot of social interactions, there's some moral gray areas, there's some intrigues. So it has, it has all the ingredients of a classic fantasy story, a classical hero's journey.
Amazing, thank you. So that was Dragonbane, Windheim setting. It is on Kickstarter right now. You can pick up not only the current book, but also the previous adventure. So you can get the previous part, Traces of Darkness. The campaign is The Horn of the Dawn. And if you want to chuckle about that, go and check out our previous conversation where I teased Andreas mercilessly for it. And yeah, Windheim Companion.
I had no idea about that when we've already named it and already, gone on with it everywhere.
Considering that...
Sure.
Yeah.
But
no, the thing is that Annalie, she laughed at it when she first heard it. But I mean, she makes those kinds of innuendos from anything. And neither she nor I knew that it was actually a British saying. And it is very British because no one in America has ever heard of it. So it is obviously a very British thing. Yeah.
You've got the horn, Mike Bird. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that's not a thing in the States. They're far too, I don't know, Christian, conservative,
Yeah.
Well, welcome to England. So check it out. It's amazing. There are pledge levels all the way from the base level of PDF all the way through to printed everything with extra dice and other books, Nordic Skalds, of which Andreas is the chief uber god, have put out. So thank you, Andreas. That was incredible.
And that was
Thank you so much.
But
Yeah.
at the risk of
appreciated.
sounding mercurial, you keep mentioning this surprise, and
Yes,
and,
yes.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I've been told you have this thing called Orbtober coming up.
Oktoberfest. We do indeed.
Orbtoberfest, yes. And I've gotten permission from the other guys of Nordic Skalds to because you have some kind of lottery with gift and stuff from publishers.
We do. We have a raffle. Stuart and Jason have both partaken in said raffle before.
Yeah.
And basically, everyone who comes along gets a strip, like 5 raffle tickets, and you can buy more. And the proceeds of that initially go to running the Dark Orb. Anything left over, we aim to put to mental health charities. So, but so far, this has been a massive loss.
How many people are coming to Orbtober? Is it
This year we're expecting not that many, about 30 to 35. We try and keep it like a community feel, so much like the Sweden Rolls convention a couple of years ago. Most people have played at the table with each other, and it's a good opportunity to see old faces. And one day, perhaps Andreas will be able to join us, but unfortunately, it's Oktoberfest for you, so you have to.
I'm also a musician, and I do play drums and sing in German in a Oompa Oompa band. So I am very often.
October is a busy time.
We do have a stage.
Pardon?
We do have a stage at the venue.
No, but I've gotten permission from the lads to send you some for the raffle. We'd like to contribute with 10 or 15 PDF of the Windheim Companion.
That would be wonderful. Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We wish we could send some books, but we are a very small publishing company, and we don't have a distributor in the UK. So it costs us
it's impossible. Sending things to and from Sweden is just so expensive.
Yeah,
and you're so near.
Yeah. But we would love to contribute with a shitload of PDFs for this raffle.
Thank you so much. Awesome. So
Thank you.
We'll print a bunch of those out, and they'll go in. And yeah, I mean, the way it works is that you pretty much got a good chance of winning something at the raffle. Yeah. So it's a really nice way of giving back to the community, and that's what we're about. So thank you. Cool. That was incredible.
Yeah. Thank you. It was really, really
thanks, Andreas.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much. Thank you for playing. It was a great, fun little group. You had nice banter and nice characters.
Well, you are welcome at our table at any time. So perhaps when the Kickstarter is done and you have a tiny bit of capacity of your very own, come along as a player if you like.
Yeah, I'd love that. I love that. My problem right now is, or it's not a problem. It's a unique opportunity. I just 2 months ago signed papers for a very secret project that I can't say anything about.
Can't even tell us that.
No, I can tell you the employer. The employer is Fat Shark, the computer company who does the Warhammer 40K games, Dark Tide.
Wow,
those kind of games.
Nice.
I have I hope I can say something very soon, but I got a unique opportunity. Like this kind of job that I've gotten has not. It's not been done before. It's not been had before. So it's really exciting, but it's going to take up a lot of my time. Yeah. So it's
good luck.
But it's great fun. And as soon as I can say anything about it, I will.
Well, we'll keep you posted. Yeah. Let us know in the comments what you thought of that game. Have you played Dragonbane before? Have you backed Windheim? Yeah, it looks amazing. Links will be down below. Come and talk to us on Discord, like and subscribe, all that sort of stuff. But until next time, thank you so much, Andreas. You're amazing. Love you to pieces. Thank you to Jason. Thank you to Stuart. Thank you at home, those of you who have somehow managed to watch this far. I mean, there's probably one of you. Until next time, my dice rolls weren't too bad that time, but I hope your dice rolls are even better than mine. Take care, everyone. Great to see you.